So this video is going to be an exciting one. So something that I haven't done much of is try different lenses on the M50, and that reason is I don't own many and I can't afford to buy a ton of lenses. But luckily, my friend Cody has a 6D Mark II and an EOS R with adapted lenses, so I'm going to be able to get to try a whole range of EF lenses on the M50 today. And now that we got all of that epic B-roll setting up the EOS R, let's take the EOS R off and put on the M50 because this isn't about the EOS R. Cody just volunteered to be my model. I think I might take him up on that. All right, so we got all of the test shots, and now we're gonna actually talk about it when we go get lunch. Too bright and harsh light to vlog, but what you gonna do? I'm not sure whether I like the longboard or the shortboard better. Cody, longboard or trickboard?
If you're traveling, longboard. If you're doing tricks, shortboard.
I guess that makes sense. I wouldn't want to try and do tricks on this thing, but I don't know tricks. Cody, do a trick. You okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay, pay attention to where you're skateboarding. I just ate it. So today, Cody actually let me use some of his EF lenses while recording a video about focal length and lens compression, or maybe more properly, perspective compression. But while we were doing that, I got to try out the lenses, and I want to give you my thoughts about using the 16-35 with the speed booster, the 100mm macro with the speed booster, as well as the 35mm Sigma with the speed booster. And I won't hold you in suspense. I wasn't really that impressed. Now keep in mind that this is from the perspective of a YouTuber and vlogger with the M50, not someone who's trying to use a production company. And so I'm not just looking at the image quality compared to my kit lens, but the usability. Today is actually Monday, the 27th of May, and if you're in the States, that's when we celebrate Memorial Day. It's closed.
Let's go to Earth.
It's closed. And we what a quarter mile for this? Now, one thing I realized using lenses like the 16-35, I guess I could use that for vlogging, but it would just be so heavy. Yeah, wide aperture with the speed booster, it's pretty much like an f2, but the fact is that it's too heavy to hold it out in front of me. Like, having that extra width gives me nothing because I had to like brace my arm, hold the camera closer, which also gives me more perspective distortion. I mean, for example, I am now using the 16-35 version 3 at f2 with Peter McKinnon MD filter that Cody has. And the question is it really big enough of a difference compared to my kit lens to feel like my arm is breaking off, or to have to hold it a lot closer and get way more lens distortion than I normally have? Now, as far as image quality, depth of field, the 16-35 with a speed booster is gonna be way better. And those shots of the skateboarding looked so good. Now, of course, I am in no way trying to say that this 15-45 is nearly as good of a lens as the EF 16-35. I don't think I could recommend it. Just using them, the little bit that I have done, if I were to get DSLR lenses for the M50, they would have to be smaller versions of the lenses. I just don't think I would want to shell out hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, when I probably would just use my kit lens because it's more convenient. So, but of course my perspective is from a vlogger's, YouTuber's perspective that isn't doing production full time, and so I wouldn't really be the best person to tell you whether or not it's worth it for production. I mean, probably I would say it was, but I'm not a production guy. Luckily, Cody is. So, Cody, do you think that the extra image quality is worth the weight and hassle of full frame EF lenses and the speed booster? Or is it worth it to just get the more consumer end M50 lenses?
Full frame lenses. Definitely full frame lenses.
Why?
You get a shallow depth of field. I personally prefer prime lenses. So if I were to get more professional lenses, I would definitely get prime lenses. But I don't know, it seems like what you're doing is okay. From a production perspective, I don't think it would work though. So definitely use this bad boy during a wedding. That's it. And use prime lenses on everything else from a production perspective. But if you're vlogging, you can get away with this thing. But if you want to start a production company, only prime lenses.
In the end, I think that it depends on your workflow, how you shoot, what you shoot, on whether or not the EF lenses. Now, of course, I'm mainly talking about full frame EF lenses with the speed booster, like the big EF lenses. I know of people who use EFS lenses or the smaller full frame lenses, like the Nifty 50 works great on the M50. But the balance of the M50 with the large full frame lenses, I don't think, not that it wouldn't get me even better footage than I'm getting right now, but I just wouldn't use them if it was me. If someone gave me a 16-35 f2.8 Mark III tomorrow or today, Cody, you want to give me your 16-35?
Nope.
If someone other than Cody gave me a 16-35 Mark III, I probably wouldn't use it. Same with the 18-35. My workflow and my shooting style currently would not accommodate such a huge epic lens. The M50 with the kit lens has done really well for me, and it fits into the style of videos that I'm doing and the workflow that I've developed. I think I'm gonna stick with the kit lens for now and maybe look for some smaller lenses. Like there's one I'm looking at, this is 17-35, and I'm gonna look into that lens because it's much smaller than the Canon EF lenses or the Sigma EF lenses. Well, I had a really good time shooting with Cody today, and those EF lenses are beautiful lenses. Don't get me wrong about that. Even though they're too big to fit into my workflow, the footage from them is gorgeous. Comment down below and let me know what type of lenses you're using, whether you're using the native lenses or if you're adapting lenses, if you're using manual or autofocus, and the type of content you're using the lenses for. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Keep an eye out Saturday for my video about focal length and lens compression. I'll see you all in the next video. Can I borrow this?